Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gaijin Gaiden. And what I want to talk about with this episode is basically I want to talk about soda here in Japan. And specifically, I want to talk a little bit about the eternal Coke versus Pepsi debate and how Japan puts one or two little wrinkles on it. And the biggest thing in that debate for me here in Japan is this. Yeah, look at the size of this thing. You know how much this cost? 100 yen. That's not even a dollar. Now, if I want to get like a normal thing of Coke, I use this as a water bottle, that's 160 yen. I mean, it's crazy. If I even want like just a little thing of Coke that's like about half this, it's like 130. So, I mean, granted, that's pretty literally pocket change, but nonetheless, it's an amazing deal. And the weird thing is, the only place I can ever find these for the Pepsi ones for 100 yen are in like some very specific vending machines. There's basically two of them in my neighborhood, and I don't really see them very many other places. Um, so, I mean, just seeing the size of this can absolutely blows my mind. And I suppose that's maybe a little bit weird coming from an American, where I'm from a country that is famous for having ridiculously large portions of soda. Um, one one lasting effect of all the time I've spent living in Asia is that when I have gone back to the States and just looked at what like is considered a large soft drink back home, it's just like, oh my God, that's too much. I cannot bring myself to drink that or order that under basically any circumstances. Whenever I'm back in the US, it's just like I want a small soda. It's just too much. And another funny thing about the whole Pepsi situation here in Japan is that back in the States, if I'm given the choice, I would always go for Coke. That just tasted better to me. Pepsi was always, I think, just a bit too sweet. But here it's like, well, my preference wasn't that strong, and I mean 100 yen for that much soda. I mean, how can I possibly say no to that? Of course, soda, no matter where you are, is not good for you, and I've been making an effort of late to seriously cut back. I had one today just as a little treat to myself for yeah, no particular reason. I guess maybe I'd been a little bit better about not slacking off on some of my important, well, maybe and not so important, some of the little details, little things in my private life that I need to do and occasionally procrastinate on a little bit too much. Um, Another thing that's really interesting here about the whole Coke versus Pepsi thing is that I think Coca-Cola, having the deeper pockets has done much better on the whole mascot war thing. Recently, they cut a deal with One Piece, the ridiculously popular anime and manga series, uh, where to sort of do some merchandising stuff. And this is nothing new. I believe it was like years ago. I can't remember if it was Coca-Cola or Pepsi. I think it was, yeah, Coke, that had a commercial using the characters from Final Fantasy IX. So to put it all in a nutshell, the eternal battle between Coke versus Pepsi is alive and well here in Japan. Um, and it's a little hard to say for me to say who I think is winning that one. I mean, if you're, I guess on points, I'd say having the most popular anime and manga, arguably the most popular anime and manga series in the entire country and one of the most popular anime and manga series in the entire world, shilling your drink, I suppose on that one, Coke wins. But boy, looking at this, it's hard not to say that Pepsi is out there perhaps giving everybody the better value for their money. So I guess it all boils down to just whatever your preference is and whatever your preference is between the two. I seriously doubt, a small difference in the amount of yen you have to shell out for it is really going to make you change your mind one way or the other. It's simply interesting to see how this particular battle between corporate giants and the what am I saying? The ridiculously unhealthy drinks that we all love so much anyway are playing out here in modern Japan. So, guys, thanks for your time watching this episode. Please continue to tune in. Of course, you can join me on Twitter at Gaijin Gaiden, and as always, if anybody wants to email me, you can reach me at gaijingaiden at yahoo.com. So until next time, guys, take care and have a good one.